Hello, everybody. Welcome to a special Saturday night evening. I've been on a lot today, haven't I? Saturday night evening special session. This is to complete all the free readings from tonight's session that I did not get to, so you won't see a chat because I'm not taking any new questions for this evening. But I'll be back tomorrow morning at 11 a.m. Mountain Time if you'd like to join me then. Um, After I finish this session, I will post a comment and pin it with the order in which the readings were completed. That way you can find your reading more quickly. All right. So I'm going to continue to use this Craft Cards Tarot for the free readings. And we left off with Dollface Diva. I did complete one free reading in this evening session, which they already, it was Jean, XO, and of course you got yours already. So you knew that I saw you comment. So you know that. Everyone else, you'll be in this one. All right. So, Dollface Diva, you are up and you wanted a general for next week. All right. So what we're going to do here, I'm going to shuffle all cards for every free reading. And we're just getting them in order here, and we're going to cut them. That's the bottom. The top becomes the bottom becomes the top, and the bottom becomes the middle. All right, so let's get into it here and see what we have. So Dollface Diva general for next week. You got the King of Cups. King of Cups brings in this energy of balance between the head and the heart. And I like that energy because life, we can get out of balance very easy in life where we get so much into our head about the fears, about what things should be, supposed to be, need to be. And then we go into our heart, and our heart's just like, woohoo, it just wants what it wants, right? So a good balance, allowing both your head and your heart to have a seat at the table this next week is an important thing, because there's going to be some opportunities that will pull your brain, pull your heart, but try to, especially if you have decisions to make, take a big deep breath, stand back, allow both your head and your heart to have a seat at the table and come up with joint decisions and solutions with that. I feel like I want to pull a second card too. Yeah. And have patience. You have the Temperance card. Things are unfolding. Again, here's this balancing, going back and forth between both of these energies. So balance is an important energy for you next week. Don't overdo it. Give yourself time out, your time alone. You don't have to do it all. Okay. Right. That's easy. That's what they have for you. Balance, balance, balance. All right. So many blessings to you, Dollface Diva. And then Sen, you are up. So what's in store for you for the rest of May? All right, we'll grab two cards here. Your first card is the Ace of Wands, which is a lot of inspiration, drive, passion, energy invested, but it's really a focus and an understanding of what you're investing your energy in and where you're focusing your energy, because wherever you point this magic wand, it grows and expands. So if you point it at going, why is this thing in my life that I hate? Well, you're going to bring it and draw it more into your life, right? When we focus our energy on what we hate, what we fear, what we miss, what we want, we grow those feelings of wanting and missing and hate and fear. But, if you focus on higher vibrational things, gratitude, joy, unconditional love, laughter, those things grow instead. So it's being aware of that. And you do have this, message that comes in with the Four of Pentacles that, we learn a lot about, um, the Four of Pentacles individual in the card learns that when they define their worth by the outside world, they feel unstable because all those things in the outside world are unstable. And so, because it's relationships, and situations and things are the three areas that we're told to look at. And, relationships, people change, people walk away, people pass away. Um, and so unstable, right? Situations like jobs, education, social status, whatever kind of situational things we can get into, never stay the same, constantly changing. And then things, our bank accounts, our bodies, our possessions, All of those, break down, deteriorate, blow up, burn down, stolen, unstable. So eventually we grow tired of feeling disappointed, feeling let down, and we turn inward and upward. That's where we find the only stable thing really in this physical realm, which is the eternal, very stable, right? Never ending, unconditional, no conditions to earn it, nothing you can do to lose it, stable, right? And when you define yourself by that, that's what allows you to have this, um, stability in your life, and you have this feeling of that you are priceless. Whereas if you look to the outside world, that's retail price, and that's constantly changing, right? We end up on the clearance rack out there. So I feel like this is a month of really being aware of where you're focusing your energy, but also where you're defining your worth. And there's some great ahas that come over here over these next 20 days, around those, and I feel like they continue into June as you put it into practice. But I feel like you get a lot of ahas about those two things. So that's what's coming in for you, Sen. So many blessings to you. And then Nelia, thank you for your donations earlier. This is your free reading. You want to know whatever happened to Jason Ramirez? He hasn't come on the Light Warrior Network on YouTube for a long time. All right, I don't know who that is. So let's take a look here. Looks like he has had some new opportunities here. We've got the Page of Pentacles, which is new opportunities had opened up in their outside world. And the Hierophant, too. Sorry that it's going in and out with us focusing. The Hierophant is about, finding some capital T truths of who do I really want to be? What do I really want to do? And so I feel like they've had some great opportunities that have drawn them off, something that's in alignment with like their dream come true. I feel like, this light where your network and everything was a part of their dream, but I feel like they're expanding. They're wanting to go further. They're wanting to do more because that is the page. The page is like the 11 of Pentacles. So they've gone the ace through the 10. I feel like this is something even heightened, something even more that they wanted to do. So, if you search their name on Google and put new project, if nothing comes up, I feel like you're going to be hearing something soon that they're going to be either starring in or leading or directing or something along those lines. But I feel like they're involved in a brand new project. So that's what's coming in. All right, so that's what they have for you, Nelias. Many blessings to you. And then Infinity, thank you for your donations earlier. And this is your free question. Was it one of your cousin's kids who stole your special pebble? Um, we got Leo energy here, and we got the Page of Swords. Page are youngsters when we're looking at, pages, knights, queens, kings. Pages are the youngsters, kind of almost teenager, like kind of teenager, or more like youth, up into teenage years. So, and if they're a Leo, if they're a fire sign, busted. I would say that leans towards a yes. Um, that they saw interest in it and wanted to take it. So yeah, definitely, especially if they're a fire sign. All right, so that's what's coming in Infinity. Many blessings to you. All right. And then JJJ wanted a general reading. Let's see what's coming in here. Wow, yeah, you've got the Devil card and the Knight of Swords. So when you have, the Devil card is about thoughts, beliefs, mindsets. It's Capricorn, thinker energy ruled by Saturn. And it's really about the shaking and the rattling that's going on in your life right now. Knight of Swords, too, is movement of thought and belief and mindset, seeing things from a higher perspective and clarity coming in. So just know that what's going on in your life right now where you feel like maybe some things are in your face, like, you can't get past it. It's because it's being brought up for you to face and question these small t truths that are rooted in fear, thoughts and beliefs around what something is supposed to be, should be, need to be, have to be, must be. And the rattling and the changing of these things, it brings forward this clarity, the questioning of these long held beliefs, going, why do I believe that, why do I think that needs to be, and a change of mind, stepping into your ability to go, I get to choose the story of what something means. I don't have to accept my long held beliefs and the drive and all these expectations. I get to decide, and I feel like it's a time for creating new stories in your life instead of repeating old stories that you were told. So that's what I feel's coming in for you, JJJ. So many blessings to you. And then Sean G, you want to know, is it in your overall best interest to go to Atlanta next weekend? You're supposed to be attending an event, but the travel's going to be a lot. I know, right? Let's take a look here. You've got the judgment card here, which is your higher self calling you to this higher place, and the Ace of Swords, which is more education. If this is a training event where you get to learn, I feel like it does, you are being called to go that direction here, and that you will have some great clarity that will come in here too. And yeah, I mean, you might even go see some jazz. This trumpet came out and I immediately heard jazz. So you might have some, opportunity to experience some other things too. Listen to some great jazz music. Or if you have an opportunity, definitely go see that. That might also be something that expands something for you. But I do feel like it's very supported here with those cards coming in there. So I feel like you're going to have some great opportunities, some new starts, and clarity around things. So I know the travel is going to be a lot, but it feels very supported. But ultimately, you get to decide, right? If you're like, nah, but I like it for you. So that's what's coming in for you, Sean. So many blessings to you. And then Nature 1111, you want to know who is coming towards you in love. All right. Well, look at this. You got the Emperor, Aries energy, and the Knight of Wands, Aries fire sign energy. Could be also Sagittarius or Leo, but this Emperor is someone that very much knows what they want to do, very much in control, passionate, a lot of passion here. Um, so, be prepared. Woo la la. But the emperor is someone who's in a place of leadership, someone who really has control over their lives. And I feel like usually the emperor is someone who's creating plans and putting it to action, but I feel like they have been putting things into action. I do feel like they're very much boom, 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 because they're a go-getter with this Knight of Wands. But very fiery energy. Fire, fire, fire. Aries is very prominent with all of this too. Like I said, so passion is a big piece of what's coming forward here. But the emperor, rules over all the kings. So they do have, passion, they have fire, they have air, but they have five parts air, um, and one part water, one part earth. So they've got a little bit of that, but very much intelligent, very much, a communicator as well. So that's the kind of energy they want you to know about right now, Nature 111. So many blessings to you. That's what they have. And then Beza dash D. What does he think about you? Let's take a look here. All right. We got the Two of Pentacles, and we've got this that's balancing energy, but I also feel like there's this choice that they're making in the outside world between two things, right? And the Tower card here, does have this energy of sudden removal out of life, or that they're afraid that, you know it's like when you're waiting for the other foot to fall, and I feel like they're trying to juggle things, but they feel like there's going to be a sudden change and things suddenly leave their life. There's this energy that comes with this, that they kind of feel whenever they have something good and they get things just right, something happens. Always something happens. They got this kind of energy, the black cloud around them, like they're always something lightning's always striking something. Well, they're like, well, if you change your attitude, if you change your energy, then they could uh, have the sun come out and burn away the clouds and not have lightning strike stuff. But because of their energy and their power of choice that they're doing, there's always something happening. And I know when he thinks about you, it's like, I think it's great, but they I feel like they're always waiting for things to end. And they kind of do a self-fulfilling prophecy with this energy coming in here. So I don't know. It just feels, every party has a pooper. Why did we invite you? Why do we want that? But I just feel like they kind of cycle, but it's usually the cycle is they spend a lot of time down and they have ups, but they have a lot of down, up, down, up, down, So it's like the cycle is very small where they're upbeat and a lot of always, focusing on lower vibration. So, you can always, we can't change people. Yeah, even on the bottom of the deck, we've got the Two of Wands, which is the power of energy. Whatever they're focusing on, they grow. They could know that, but I feel like they get enough attention and a lot of attention, feeling low about things, and oh, I don't feel very good, or oh, this happened to me. Oh, boo, 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 and so they've learned to thrive on the negative attention. So I don't know. I don't know if I really like them for you, but that's your journey, not mine. But that's what they have for you right now, Beza. So many blessings to you. All right. And then Liliana, your name's in some sort of Russian or something. So I'm going to put your name Liliana in the comments when we hold it. And hopefully you'll find that. But you're having difficulty with self sabotage. Should you keep fighting? Let's take a look here. Yes. Well, look at this. You got the Ace of Cups, the Ten of Cups. So, the this is endings and beginnings and, keep going. You're discovering here the Ace of Cups, which is your self-love. 10 of Cups is you filling up and overflowing out to the world. And, that you're aware that you have self-sabotage is half the battle right there. A lot of people who are self-sabotaging themselves don't realize it. So that you realize it, just know that um how we make a change of habit, right, is we recognize it usually way afterwards. Oh, wow, look, I was sabotaging myself. And then we start recognizing it right after it happens. We're like, oh, just did it again. And then, but be gentle with yourself because you're learning and you're growing, right? Because then you're going to recognize it while it's happening and still do it and go, I think I'm self sabotaging myself. Oh, I did, but then you eventually get to the point where you're recognizing before it happens, and sometimes still do it, but then other times not. And you're like, yeah. And while you're in it, sometimes you recognize it and change it, but you start recognizing it before and then you stop. So, one of the big things that's really helps with it all is the Ace of Cups. When you realize that you can't find happiness out here, that you only find it in here, inward and upward, finding this eternal unconditional love from the inside. And then you realize, oh, the outside stuff is unstable. And that's why things fall down because you're asking of something of the outside world to give you something they can't. And you find it from within here instead. So it changes things. You can also check out my podcast, From Chaos to Cozy. It's all about the journey of coming back from, we come from cozy, we come down here to chaos, where all the self sabotage and all those journeys happen. And we eventually make our way back to cozy. I provide a lot of tools, a lot of perspectives, a lot of different experiences in there that could help you as well. Because trust me, you're not alone. But it can give you some extra tools too. All right. So that's what they have for you, Liliana. So many blessings to you. All right. And then Day Sturgis, you are up. You want to know whatever comes out. So let's take a look here. What does Spirit want you to know? All right. Now you got the Page of Cups, which is a new love coming your way here. And, the 3 of swords, the heartbreak, the disappointment card that comes in here. Don't let the fear of being heartbroken and being disappointed, they're just like saying, this is an opportunity for you to transform those fears and realize that the feeling of heartbreak is actually when we go into fear mode. And so when a fear starts to trigger with this new love, this new romance that's coming your way or that you're currently in, it's like as these bubble up, look at them and go, what am I fearing? And why am I fearing this? It's like, well, when they do this, this means this about me. No, it doesn't. When they do that, that means that about them. But what I feel on the inside is about me, and that's for me to own, not to put on other people. So when something triggers like a mistrust or a mistrust, it's like, okay, what am I afraid of? Why don't I trust them? And what happens if they break that trust? Does it really mean anything about me? What does it really mean? We can question all the thoughts and beliefs that come around that, which will bring a lot of clarity and free you from the fear of losing conditional love, right? So I like this. And part of the Page of Cups, too, is realizing that what that Ace of Cups is your chalice. It's this Ace of Cups we just talked about. The Holy Grail are that's us. That's us filling up with the unconditional love from above. Our disappointment comes a lot in with the Three of Swords. We realize all of my anxiety comes because I'm looking for love out there instead of up here. Because once I find this, I fill up and overflow, and then that love, I don't need to trust it for anything. Our mistrust, it's interesting, comes when we think that their validation of me makes me lovable or not, and then it just falls apart, right? But when I realize, no, that doesn't mean anything about me, and I fill up here, then I don't need to trust anyone for anything because I've got everything I need inside of me. Everyone's given me above and beyond extra. So it's like you make I don't know what they're saying. It's like having roommates and you make more than enough to pay for everything. What they give you is above and beyond extra, and when they come to you going, "I can't pay this month's rent." Now, if it was equally split and you only made enough for your third and the other 2 needed to do theirs, when we're dependent upon them for our worth, for maintaining our residence, right, then we freak out. But when I'm making enough and they're like, "I can't do it," and like, "It's okay, just pay me when you can." It's not a big deal, right? And that's the difference, if that makes sense. Alright, so that's what they have for you. So many blessings, Day Sturgis. And then Minahil, you are up next here, right? And you wanted a general reading. Let's see what Spirit has here for you. Wow, look at this. You've got Six of Pentacles and Ace of Pentacles. So you definitely have this new abundance, this new opportunity to have some significant abundance into your life where you have enough for you. You can see with the 6, they have enough for themselves and they're able to give to others too. So you do have this opportunity for this um, giving and a change of the way you look at your worth and to bring in more money and to bring in more things. And it has to do with how you feel about what you are worth and the worthiness of the inside has to match like the energy we have on the inside. We only are able to bring in things that match that energy. So really looking at how you feel about your self-worth and what you feel you're worthy of, so important right now. Yeah, that 6 of Pentacles. If you haven't checked out my Take 10 with Zen podcast, it's on my main, it's not a podcast, it's an old playlist from last year. But if you go into my main page and you look at the top, there's a list of playlists, and Take 10 with Zen is in there. If you click and go in there, then episode 5, yeah, is the about the 6 of Pentacles. That's about the out of balance giving and receiving that's in there. And because what happens is when we're young, 7 years old and younger, we develop this rate of exchange. by the important people in our life where we gave so much as a child and got so little back. We were like, oh, 1,000 love coins I give, I get one back. That seeps down into our subconscious. We think it's fair. We're children. We don't know any better, but our inner child holds us to that. It's a program that's running below the surface that is unchecked. But now this video, if you look at it, will tell you how you can bring that to the surface, transform it where you bring it from 1 to 1,000 to 1 to 1. That allows stuff to come in. Otherwise, with this undeservedness, our vibration doesn't allow things to come in because it doesn't match it. It's too low. Our vibration's too low. Once we raise it, then these force fields drop and we have all this abundance come in. So check that out if that resonates for you. If you can't find it that on the playlist, just comment on this video and I'll grab the link and throw it to you. I just don't have a chat on here to throw it at that for you. All right. So many blessings to you. That's what they have for you, Minnie Heel. And then Johnny, 13. Hello, hello. So your name is John. Her name is Joanna, and you're a Taurus. She's a Pisces. Will you be a couple with her? All right, let's take a look here. We've got here, you've got the 7 of Wands, and you've got the Fool card, which is an ending of an old cycle, beginning of a new journey, something more free and something more open. The 7 Wands here. You know, I don't feel like you guys are gonna end up a couple, quite honestly, with these. The 7 of Wands feels more fiery, more fire sign, more outgoing, and the Fool card, with it being the ending of an old cycle, beginning of new adventures, I feel like you end up coupling more with a fire sign. And even with that sun standing out here in the corner, I just feel like there's this fire that you are drawn to. Um, Almost feel like the Pisces is too watery for you, and with your Taurus, Venus energy, you're wanting more passion, 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 and fire. Um, so I don't feel like you guys end up becoming a couple. I feel like you end up with a fire sign, with all that. So that's what's coming in for you, Johnny. So enjoy. Right. Many blessings to you. And then Nat Nat, you are up. You'd like a general reading. Let's take a look here. Okay. Okay. So, you have this relationship that's headed your way here. And if you haven't gotten something like this recently, I get this message a few times a weekend that the 8 of Cups is about leaving behind emotions that no longer serve you and transforming emotions that are below the surface to get you ready for this 2 of Cups, for this relationship that's going to come in. Because what happens with the 8 of Cups, it's about evaluating what emotional energy you're investing in friendships and family and coworkers, just any emotional relationships that you have. What are you investing? And it's time to evaluate that to go, I'm backing off of this one, I'm ending this one, I'm backing off to halfway. And you're realizing these relationships that you're giving 70, 80, 90%, you're maintaining these relationships with more energy all the time. Healthy relationships are give and take, but these are always where you're giving, 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 and they're taking, 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 taking. And so you're realizing that and you're bringing back this emotional energy. You're creating like this emotional reservoir of energy, emotional energy that you'll have for this other relationship coming up. The other piece of that is that you have emotions that are pushed below the surface that are charged, that are taking energy to keep it down, from way before, like 7 years old and younger, when your emotional body was being created, there's things that were suppressed and pushed down because you were encouraged to laugh, but you were told not to cry and not to throw a tantrum. So when you had feelings that you wanted to express that you weren't allowed to, where do they go? Well, they don't just disappear. They're thrown into your basement of your emotional body. And so those things can be brought up and transformed and allowed to be expressed. And then all that energy that's been, it's like trying to have a soccer ball or a beach ball and holding it below the water. It takes energy to keep it down. Well, that energy comes back to you too for that reservoir. So it's a time for looking at those things, transformation, but it does mean and significant relationships on its way, and your soul wants you to have all this um, emotional energy available for that. So that's what's coming in, Nat Nat. So many blessings to you. And then Mezzi BP, hello. So what's coming your way this May? All right. And if you haven't checked out the May monthlies, there's a playlist on my main page because I do have a playlist for each individual zodiac sign. We're doing an energy for those. Looks like you do have this breakthrough in the month of May. The Nine of Wands would represent like a wall, and you can see even they have this bandage on their head where they were trying to get through something over and over and over and over again, hitting their head against a wall. But this death and rebirth card shows that you've, whatever it's been, you've really had this aha because they're, this wand used to be over here creating the wall, but now there's this space for you to step through it. And that just shows that you have achieved that. You have nine is a number of endings and beginnings. And so you're really realizing where you're investing this energy, hitting your head. And you take a step back and go, wait a minute, let me approach this differently. And then whoop, there it is. It's like this answer comes to you on something that's been taking a long time to get through. And you have this aha with approaching things in a different way instead of continue to try to do the same thing the same way. Um, do something different. And that's what allows you to break through whatever this thing is that you've been battling against and trying to break through with. So that's what's coming in here. And then also check out your May monthly. Feel like you'll get some more messages there too. All right. So many blessings to you. And then Alphonse Wusia, hello, hello. So happy Saturday from San Diego. Your question, any chance of reconciliation with you and Lisa? All right. You know, you got the Five of Cups, which is, you know, a transformation of emotion. But with this world card, an ending of an old cycle, beginning of new adventures, I just feel like, Lisa is content here on focusing on lower vibration emotions. I feel like they get a lot of attention and their experiences they've had, their lower vibrational type of energies, it's become a part of them almost where that's where they got a lot of their attention by feeling sad, and it's kind of a manipulative energy a little bit, but I feel like they're just so tied to that they're not willing to do a whole lot to change that, and so I feel like the world card is like, at some point we just kind of realize like, you know what, I can let this go. And in letting that go, it opens up a whole new adventure for you, something that's much more free. And I know it's hard for us, because we do get attached, we do have these desires, but um, I just feel like there is the world card is the last card in the major arcana. It's an ending for a new adventure. And I just feel like just knowing that it has happened on purpose, for a purpose, that you were able to have what you had with Lisa, but you face your fears, you understand what was the infatuation. In fact, there's a good book that we're reading in our praying mantis. If you're interested, this Path to Love by Deepak Chopra, huge revelations around love and infatuation, and because it's attraction, infatuation, and relationship or courtship, and then something else is what we're reading. But it's a great book. It really helps understand our path to love, and I feel like it will help with the movement as well. So I don't feel like that. They're not really saying that it's not possible. I just feel like there's your spirit guides are saying it's just not healthy for you. Um, and I feel like you know that, and it's just time to start looking at how you can realize what you've learned and how you can move forward into a new adventure. All right. So hang in there. I know I've been through those before. They're fun on the other side, but my heart goes out to you. So hang in there. All right. Many blessings to you. All right. And then Alice, you want to know, how has Harris been thinking and feeling about you recently? All right. We've got this Five of Swords, which is conflict between their head and their heart. So, what have they been thinking and feeling? Their feelings are like, well, there's this attraction and they desire you and the heart wants, right? But the mind's like, no, 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 no. We can't have this. We don't want this. No, I don't. Fears and thoughts and beliefs and, self-deceptive thoughts that just keep them kind of self-sabotaging. And so they really have the heart under a big leash. The Wheel of Fortune does tell you here, there's some reassurance that whatever happens in life does happen for us. It's the tune of for you, the fortune. And this tells you that even your human is going to be okay with what happens here. So either they get their head out of their butt and, and their heart leaps forward and allows themselves to, connect and everything, or they don't, and then there is something much, much more upgraded for you that comes down the line that you're like, "Okay, I'm okay with this." Either way, you're gonna be fine with this Wheel of Fortune, but just know that they're conflicted in their head and their heart, and they're not really, you know, moving any distance between the 2. It's like a tug of war and no one's winning. It just kind of goes back and forth. You're like, "Come on, someone win." But I don't feel like it's happening. But it's, again, everything is always for you. So hopefully that helps a little bit. All right. So many blessings to you. And then Rhonda, what is it that you need to know for tomorrow? All right. You got the Page of Wands, you got the Queen of Wands, so new fire, new ambition, new energy to just really, go forward, step forward, allow your energy to take you forward. The Queen of Wands is, so powerful. She glows whatever she points her, magic wand. You got both the Page of Wands and the Queen of Wands too. It's wherever they point their wands is what grows and expands. They can get stuff done. They can make movement when they put their energy into it, when they decide and put the fire behind it. And I feel like that's what they want you to do is like you decide, don't fear, don't hold back, be bold, do what you want. And if you're unsure, the Queen of Wands has a strong connection with the spirit world. Go, I don't know what to do. Show me a sign, show me clarity, give me information that makes decision a no-brainer. Allow me to step forward. This is all about go, 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 action, action, action. And I feel like that's what you need to know about tomorrow is you step forward, go for what you want, not fearing and not wanting what everyone else wants, but what do you want? It's time for you to step into your royal queendom and, really step forward and know that if you need assistance, ask spirit there. Queen of Wands has such a strong relationship with the spirit world. So don't be afraid to ask. But take action. Action, action, action. Ask, ask, ask. Get answers. Action, action, action. If you don't know, ask, 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 and then action, action, action. If you don't know something, then ask, ask, ask. But it's all about go, go, go. So that's what they have for you. Woohoo! All right. So that's what they have for you, Rhonda, my dear. Many blessings to you. And then Happy Pill. You want angel messages. Let's see what they have here. All right. Well, you've got the Hanged Man, which is about seeing things from a higher perspective. You also have here the King of Swords, who wields the Ace of Swords, which allows you to see things from a higher perspective, from the capital T truths that are rooted in unconditional love, allows you to really take a step back, look at why you think what you think, why you want to do what you do, and it's a lot of questioning. It's a lot of take a step back and really go, why do I have this story about whatever's happening? Why do I think this is the supposed to, the should, the need to, the have to, the must? Look and identify what's at the root of those. What small t truth rooted in the fear of failure, fear of rejection, what's at the root of those, and it helps you transform them. And the Hanged Man is a transformative kind of cocoon card. It allows you to move things from lower vibration to higher vibration, from fear to love, from darkness to light, from defeat and failure to success and positive movement. So I like this for you. They're all about take a big deep breath and step back so you can see things from a different perspective. Understand why, where these triggers are coming from, what's holding you back, right? So that's what they have for you, Happy Pill. So many blessings to you. And then Julie, you are up. Let me see how many. Well, we only have a couple left here. So, Julie, you want to know this week's reading? Let's take a look here. All right. So, you've got the two major arcana. You got the Moon card and the Lover's card. Both of these very emotional cards. The Moon is about unseen and deep emotions flowing below the surface, right? And the lovers does say that there's, this can be any type of relationship. It can be friends, family, lover, whoever, but there is a great amount of emotional flow next week. I feel like relationships are at the forefront of your week. It's about people coming out of the woodwork. It's about people wanting to spend time with you, people expressing emotion in a variety of different ways, even hidden emotions, secret admirer, making themselves known, even. It's like all of this type of emotion is happening, but relationship, friends, family, coworkers, this, that, just a lot of emotional flow. And to be aware of that, because I feel like whatever's happening here, something's activated within your overall energies where next week is just a huge um, like magnet is being turned on and all these people are being brought into your path just for emotional experiences, emotional awareness. So just be aware of that. You're like, woohoo, right? All right. So that's what they have for you. So many blessings, Julie. And then Hot Sun, you're up. Hello. So is Matt working on himself this weekend to move himself closer to us coming together? And the bottom of the deck. Let's take a look here. It seems to be, wow. Queen of Pentacles, Mother Nature, Mother Nurture, nurturing oneself. Ten of Swords, questioning thoughts, beliefs, mindsets, tired, sick and tired of trying to please everyone. The endings and beginnings of thoughts and beliefs and small t truths. So, this is facing fears, getting out from underneath all of the, um, you know, restrictions and everything that have caged their heart, right? Um, and the energy for everyone on the bottom of the deck is the Two of Wands, which is the power of choice, right? Power of where am I investing my energy? What am I growing? So there is this awareness, and it feels like they're definitely working on themselves. Um, Moving himself closer to us coming together. I don't, that would be part of the process that would do it. I don't know if that's his intention. Like, I don't know if that's his like, well, I'm going to do some self work so I can be closer to hot sun. I feel like this is what they're working on though, which these are things that are holding them back. And so with them working on these things, that is part of what can lead them to, again, this Two of Wands, their power of their energy, what they're focusing on, will draw them or not, but they are definitely working on themselves, right? So that's what they have for you, Hot Sun. So many blessings to you. And then Patty, you'll be the last reading here. So if I missed anyone, my deepest apologies. I will be back tomorrow morning at 11 a.m. Mountain Time. Um, and so, like I said, as soon as I finish Patty's reading, I will close the session, and then I'll put a comment on the bottom of the video, the stream, and it'll list the order in which all the readings were completed. All right. So, Patty, a general reading for the coming week. All right. Look at this movement, motion. You got movement of thought and emotion coming in here. Six of Swords is leaving behind like old ways of thinking, fears, and movement into other ways of thinking. But it does, thoughts, and especially with the King of the Knight of Cups, movement of emotion. When there's movement of emotion and there's movement of thought, both of those trigger action into the outside world, especially when they're both there and both existing there. So I feel like you're going to make some decisions this coming week that you're just like, oh, okay, things that you've been waiting on answers on, trying to make decisions on, kind of contemplating. I feel like the combination of this movement of emotion and thought allows it to go, all right, let's make some choices. Let's make some movement and some decisions coming in there. So I like that for you. I feel like it's very positive things. I just feel like new information, new bravery, new courage, new action. I just feel like there's this oomph that just gets you going and gets you moving forward. So I like that. All right, Patty. That's what they have for you, my dear, and many blessings to you. And thank you guys so much for all the thumbs up that you give videos. It does help spread the Zen love, and it tells me you're enjoying the free readings. And just remember as you're going throughout each and every second of every day of your life that you are unconditionally loved by the mother and the father of all things, our creator. And of course, I love you too. So until I see you again, enjoy the rest of your day or in your night, wherever you may be in the world. And until I see you, so much love to you. Hang in there. Take care of yourselves. I would tell you to behave, but let's set reasonable expectations and just have fun. All right. You guys take care.